Hi, my name is Andreea Făniță. I'm a student in the second year from Romania. I came here into an internship in India Water Portal. I work with Priya and Rina, pretty much on the social media sites, updating social media sites, content on India Water Portal, writing articles, reviews. I have to attend tomorrow the event of Voices from the Waters and write reviews and an article regarding the event. India as a country has been a passion since I was little and started studying religion and learning about diversity of India. Slowly I've become more and more attached to it.
Information, people have research on micronutrients there is research on sewage treatment, there's research on toilets, but somehow whatever's there is like specialized information for people who are within that network. I'm not from that network, I'm an outsider, so to say. I'm from the communication world. And about 3 years ago, I felt like this was a big enough idea to at least explore for a while. I mean, I don't know where the hope lies, where the problems lie too much. I've read a little bit, but I don't think there's enough journalistic material on this for people to read. The scientists are on the side of being correct but not readable. Journalists tend to err on the side of being readable and not correct. So I'm hoping, I know I'll be readable, I'm hoping I won't be very incorrect.
Hi, this is Chetan Rangaswamy from Indian Institute of Mass Communication. I'm an Indian Information Service professional who is undergoing training at the institute. I am here for the official attachment of 2 weeks with an NGO, and I chose Arghyam because Arghyam is into the issues of water management, sanitation, and this is one area which I was actually looking to work on. And
my name is Madhavan. I work with an organization called Chirag. We work in the Kumaon region of Uttarakhand, and we work in roughly 200 villages in that area. What we've learned over the last 3 years, and we now feel that needs to be scaled up, is that we feel that ultimately if we want to recharge springs, then the best way to do it is based on principles of hydrogeology. And if we start to take the geology and hydrogeology into account, we've discovered that very often your springs could lie on one side of a ridge, whereas the recharge zone could be on the other side of the ridge. And therefore, if you actually want to recharge springs in a sustainable manner, your approach actually has to be from valley to valley, rather than the traditional watershed approach of ridge down to valley. And spring recharge of this kind has never been attempted on such a scale. Even 30 springs have never been attempted in the Kumaon region or in Uttarakhand. And one of the problems we have is that we're seeing almost 75% of the springs that we are tracking now, we are starting to see contamination, fecal contamination. We are not able to, there are no simple tests that are allowing us to segregate the source of contamination. So we don't know whether the contamination is because of human excreta or because of manure. Now E. coli could exist in both. Now that is one problem. The other is that given our understanding of how subsurface drainage and subsurface water flows operate in the mountains, we've also discovered that your recharge zone, between your recharge zone and your spring, if you have habitations which have latrines, it is possible that some of the subsurface drainage is actually passing through the septic tanks. So you could actually have live sources of contamination. But when we actually constructed these latrines, we did not take this into account. So we're now having to question design of latrines also, given the possibility that these might then become sources of contamination.
I am Arun, and I represent Energy and Environment Resource Group Incorporated. It's a social enterprise started in Bangalore, working presently in water and sanitation sector. The whole idea of starting the social enterprise is to provide an individual household an opportunity to conserve water and reuse the wastewater whatever is generated. So in this context, I designed a fiberglass septic tank called Life Plus, and this is a biological based treatment plant aimed for individual household to manage their wastewater. Started in 2008, so far we have done 69 installations around Bangalore, and also few in Tamil Nadu and North Karnataka. The idea here is to make people understand that wastewater, if treated properly, is a good resource, at least to the extent that they can use it for their kitchen garden, and in that context they contribute to its conservation of water.
Having us here today. It's really nice to meet all of you and to share some of the work we're doing with you. My training is actually in economics. I did a PhD in economics at Harvard, and my research area was economic history, and more specifically economic history of South India. So my first book was on 18th century South India, on the cotton industry, on weavers, and a lot of it was on what happened to weavers with the rise of colonial rule in South India. And one finding from this research was that in the mid-18th century, the standard of living for weavers, workers in agriculture, spinners in South India was comparable to that of these same occupations in Britain. So in the 18th century, the South Indian economy was really booming. So something's happened since then. So my subsequent research has really been partly trying to understand what happened.
For the average kid. So the curriculum, so the most older kid tends to find the curriculum the easiest. Correct. So he tends to take it easy. No, the very initially. Then the younger kid has to catch up, and we have tremendous ability to catch up.
Using the momentum carries on.
And the momentum carries on. But what would go sit 1200 marks and put against the 1200 marks? Did engineering marks? Same thing, exactly the same. But the math is wrong.
When was your birthday? When's your birthday?
I think, according to this, I'm in February.
I'm in February. The thing is, if you are the oldest child in the class.
No, it makes sense, because it'll probably be the same in other places.
You know what is interesting? What is it? How did you get this number?
This analysis for test and it started 2009. No, 2009.
Hey. So all these stamp ram effects, we don't know what's going on.
2009, same pattern, test and same pattern.
Hey, is this up on the web?
This is up on, this was done for friends company, Report Me, and it's up on their blog, Report Me. Actually, it's up on my blog.
No, so why did they want it? What is the company?
Report Me. What their business is digitizing report cards. It's a lot of fun. The thing is, this pattern is consistent across almost any demographic cut you take, or no, almost any type of cut that you take, this birthday pattern. But let's look at what else matters for marks.